Hello there everyone! So today I'm here with my brother Daniel, and we're going to be playing through Final Fantasy X because we've played this game to death. I think it's safe to say that. How many times would you say that you've actually beaten this game, Dan?
Like, over 20?
Over 20 times, right, yeah, so a lot of playthroughs of this one. I noticed that for this HD re-release you chose the original soundtrack over the new arrangement. Is there a reason for that? Is there any particular song you really don't like when it's arranged, or...?
Not really. It's just like I'm used to original.
Fair enough, fair dues. Now, the song we're currently listening to is called To Zanarkand. It's probably one of the strongest songs in like any video game. I think it's it's a good song because it actually kind of transcends the medium. Because I've got quite a few friends, when they were learning to play piano, they were actually instructed to learn this song. And I'm not even from like nerdy instructors or anything, it's just like a standardized, it's on like music curriculums, it's just a normal song that is taught to pianists nowadays.
I can play like the first part of this, that's it.
do, I'm done, that's all we need. So here's our protagonist, Tidus. Before we even started recording, you were like really fretting over what we're going to call him because it's such a point of contention for nerds everywhere. But I call him Tidus. I think Tidus sounds more right.
I just won't use his name at all.
Well, I don't think we're going to call him that anyway, so it's alright.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
So, our protagonist is voiced by James Arnold Taylor. He does a really, really good job on this game. A lot of people really hate him. Like, a lot of people aren't keen on him as a Final Fantasy protagonist. What are your thoughts on him?
Kind of annoying.
I think he's annoying, but he's supposed to be. Like, I think it's more forgivable because he is written to be annoying. It's not just a side effect. It's not like an unintentional mistake from the writer's part. I think even James Arnold Taylor himself has like pointed out the character is meant to be a bit of a dipshit, so yeah.
I just realised nearly every Final Fantasy has like a problem with character pronunciation names.
What other Final Fantasy characters have that problem?
Zidane?
Oh yeah, okay.
Or Zidane?
I was going to say Zidane, actually. I was going to correct you, so yeah, that's a definite one. Anyways, this is the wonderful city of Zanarkand. This is our celebrity protagonist, rocking on his houseboat. That's how you know he's famous. He has his tens of adoring fans waiting for him. We couldn't generate any more of them. And here's the part where we get to choose his name.
First.
Oh, we're gonna... Oh!
The game tonight. It's very important.
I did not know you could even talk to him there. You know things about this game that I don't.
Can you sign this?
No prob.
Okay, so usually what I call this character is Junior. And the reason for that is because, as you're going to find out, he has very, very, very noticeable father issues. He really hates his dad. So I think it's quite a funny, cruel irony to give him the same name as his dad. And on top of that, he has a giant J, like, on his leg, which could stand for Junior, or his dad's name, Jecht. So...
Call him Jecht.
Oh, we're just going to call him Jecht directly. Just make it even more of a... just a blunt thing there. Yeah, let's go with that. I love that in the HD remake, the Blitz balls, the weird bumpy balls you're seeing there, they actually are spherical and not weird polygons like they were in the original PlayStation version of the game. I will say the HD remaster does look better in almost every way. With the biggest marked improvement being the character's eyes, they don't look glassy and dead anymore.
Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this.
Losers!
That will mean it was for you.
Not the most flattering call sign there, but we'll go with it.
Ace block in the front row! Fifth from the right!
Got it.
If I win, I'll dedicate it to you.
You losers.
Well, gotta go. cheer for me.
That lady on the left looks really agitated. She's just kind of shivering. I hope it cuts back to her.
Hey, I got a game to play.
No, not that one. She's just kind of rocking all the balls of her feet.
Maybe tonight.
There she is on the right, jittery lady. She's just jittering all the way.
I mean, tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
I know this is meant to be like this is meant to be a thing that comes up later, like that gesture there being a sign for victory. But that just looks so off. It already looks like a weird semi-religious kind of thing. Okay, so something I do want to praise this game on are the graphics in this area right here. This place looks amazing, especially with the giant pillar of water in the background. I think that looks really cool.
I think the stars are just more noticeable.
Oh yeah, there is that as well. But as you're running through here, like if you see the giant waterfalls, that just looks so good. I wouldn't run through this area too quickly. I kind of want to hear all of this monologue because I really like this. It's some good character building.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jecht, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jecht all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jecht Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jecht's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today?
I think we can move on now.
Yep.
He's not got much more to say.
Make way, make way! Coming through, sorry.
I love this little moment here. Help, I'm being attacked by my fans!
Hey, let go.
Walk into the water sphere!
There's no one touching him.
He just likes the attention. You know what he's like. Okay, this opening cutscene. Oh, it's so good.
Best song ever.
It is the best song ever. My first intro to this was actually from the FF10 demo disc, because I played the demo of this when it first came out. Oh man, I couldn't have been more hyped. I will say though, upon repeated listenings of this song, it does kind of sound like the singer is barking a little bit. Oh hey, there's our drunken friend Oren, casually just, hanging out with his buddy Cthulhu.
Isn't that joke?
I'm sure someone confirmed it by reading the made-up language that's actually on it. I think he's drinking, I don't know what it is. I'm going to assume it's whiskey. Oren seems like a whiskey drinker. One thing I really love about this game is like Blitzball as a concept. The game that Tidus Jecht is playing right now. It's made out to be this like big climactic event and everyone absolutely loves it. The game kind of revolves around it from a plot perspective. It's water polo. It's just water polo. But with the players breathing indefinitely for long periods of time because they're freaky fishmen.
And they have all this technology, they could just, play a video game console.
Yeah, exactly. If you're that advanced, I mean, why not just plug yourself into the Matrix and be done with it? On that note, oh my god, everything's going to pot right now. There goes everything we love. All of our tech, all of our civilization, wiped away by a giant whale monster.
Doing here?
I was waiting for you.
What are you talking about?
So, something that is quite clever, this is the first, fully voice-acted Final Fantasy game, and for that reason, even though it does give you the ability to name your protagonist, they will never directly reference him by name. Everyone has, a nickname for him, which is used to a really clever effect in other RPGs, like Undertale, for example.
Huh?
Oh, hey, don't mind me, I just stopped time and everything. Just your weird little ghost friend.
What?
Don't cry.
I do wonder about this kid, what is his actual relation to Tidus? Because he always seems to be there. He just kind of skulks around. Are they best buds or something?
It's like his guardian angel.
Maybe Stalker? Guardian Stalker.
What the?
The line between Guardian Angel and Stalker is quite a vague one, I'd like to think.
Hey!
Well, they do have guardians in this.
Oh yeah, there is that.
Just enough named
Not this
stalkers.
Maybe.
Look,
I kind of like his face there. He's like, what the F? What am I looking at?
we called it sin.
Sin?
Alright, so, yeah, we get to fight some giant demonic hellspawn. As you do, it is a Final Fantasy game. It's pretty much par for the course. But that said, I really like the insectoid designs of these things. They're really freakish. I was actually kind of scared of these when I was younger. I think I was 10 years old when this game came out, so... Don't laugh. You would have been 4. You would probably have been scared of them as well.
I thought they were interesting.
Oh yeah, even looking back now, they're definitely cool. Also, I know hammer space is a thing, but where the hell were you keeping that? You just casually rocking 2 swords on your person, Auron. Because now you have your one as well.
I hope you know how to use it.
I've got a vague idea. What with me being a sports star? Clearly I must be sword trained.
These ones don't.
Alright, just diving straight in there. Get in, attack quickly.
I'm an expert already.
Oh, nice. Try your best though. If characters are talking, try and let them say their dialogue before you skip.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
I'm sure some people are new to this game and they'd like to hear the dulcet tones of Auron. The angry, edgy samurai man. The whitest samurai of all. Boom! There's a cool mechanic. I do like the overkill in this game. If you beat an enemy by quite a large margin, higher than its maximum HP, you get overkill, which actually gives you more experience. Granted, you don't get any experience in this opening, but it does help a lot later on. And then you have our first boss. For the most part, this is all scripted. I don't think you can actually die on this part, can you?
Fun.
Yeah, because all this boss can actually do is halve your health. And I think even if you're actively trying to lose, it ain't gonna happen. Now, this is gonna be our first big stumbling block. You're using an Xbox pad, you're used to using a PlayStation pad. I don't know if you're gonna manage this button sequence, or if it's even gonna work the normal way. We'll see what happens. If it works well, this will look cool. Down, left, up, right. Ah, wrong one. I knew it would be the wrong one. So now you know.
Because that's set to A. And
Yeah,
that's set
B,
to B.
B is set to A,
But
A is
it's
set to
still
B.
the same button.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's
I have to keep that in mind.
we'll just try our best to remember that. I'm sure you'll adapt to it very quickly.
So it's like...
That said, this boss can only halve your health, and he will repeatedly try to do that, so it's not too tough.
Okay, that's the same.
Oh yeah, that's always been super easy. I often watch LPs and videos on YouTube of people, and no one, and I mean nobody, can actually time Tidus's Jecht's. No one can actually time Jecht's attack there. And it's really aggravating to watch, because it's the simplest thing. Like, if you miss it, just do it again, like, reset, so you just keep mashing the button until you get it, surely.
And you don't even have to mash, just wait.
Yeah, just wait a few seconds and you get another opportunity. The real key, if you're not good at timing, is just to have a cool head about it. Because it does get harder as the game goes on. Anyway, this guy dead. Pretty dang dead. And the textures on it are really noticeable now. Like, I remember on the PlayStation, because it was like a really low aspect ratio and it wasn't HDMI, so everything looked kind of grimy and blurry. It's very, very noticeable, like the designs of these enemies now. They pop a lot more. Just use the save points for healing and power on.
What are you laughing at, old man?
I don't even get that. Like, Jecht's evidently not laughing in that picture. He looks quite miserable, in fact.
Give me a
Jecht Senior, I mean. Oh my god. Do you know, if I had like infinite patience, I would like constantly just attack these enemies to see how long I could do this for.
There is a way you can.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of great.
Because every time one attacks you, its wings start to flicker.
Oh, so you can just
So
constantly
just
target
kill the
whoever's...
one,
Yeah.
it's flickering.
But then they still kind of run in and attack you though, don't they? So you do have a limited amount of time to do this for. Or do you actually? Let me see. Are any of them gonna just jump in and attack you normally? Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they do. So even though they are fairly inaccurate.
That! Knock it down!
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
Alright, let's mess some stuff up. Let's do this! He just wanted to take out the flickery one. Well, the thing is, Junior's overdrive is kind of dependent on how often you use it. Like, you learn more moves the more you use it, so you can actually use this point in the game to grind, if you really want to. It's whether or not anybody in the world has the patience for that when you could just, progress.
I've done that a couple of times.
Really? It's just not worth it. The beginning of the game isn't that hard, so you can just kind of breeze through it and worry about grinding later. If ever. Like, it is possible to get through this whole game without leveling up, without even trying to take advantage of the leveling system. Because there are a lot of exploits as you go through. There are loads of ways to just maximize your attack power without trying. We'll get to that later though, maybe.
Yeah, most of the things I can say right now are like just spoilers.
Yeah, I know. That's just it. With an LP, you've got to try and rein in the spoilers quite a bit.
Go.
Alright. Can't see anything going wrong with this. Now, one of the funny things about recording an LP, in pretty much any regard, is always finding the perfect image of the video to use as a thumbnail. And I've already pretty much decided what's going to be my thumbnail. I'm going to basically snapshot when we get to the moments. This is pretty gross, by the way. Like, just the imagery here in general is really vile.
You are sure?
Like, this is the most repulsive looking thing.
This is it. This is your story.
Oren seems to be hearing voices.
Old man, have you taken your meds? I'm pretty sure you haven't taken your meds. Wait, here it comes, here it comes. Ah, there we go. Snapshotted. That's our thumbnail.